Okay, so I decided to use the simulator online at the link that was provided to show us how the lunar phases work. So it starts out with the sunlight over here, and this is going to be coming this way. And then I have our moon, which you can see is lit up completely on that side as it orbits around. However, here we are standing on Earth, so this is what we're going to view. So if the moon is here, this is going to be the new moon phase, since the sun is directly shining on this side of the moon, and thus we don't have anything to reflect the sun on the side that we view of the moon. So we just see a dark moon that is not able to reflect the sunlight. But as it creeps around, it's going to slowly come to an angle that you can see the sun is going to be able to shine just a little bit on the moon there, so we could get a glimpse. And this is going to be called the waxing crescent. And this actually is going to eventually come into our first quarter. So the more we go around, the more sunlight is able to penetrate the side of the moon that we see. And as you see now, the moon is getting over here, so it's growing as far as we can see it. So it's coming down here until we get down to our first quarter. So this isn't actually called the first quarter of the moon because we can see a quarter of it. It's because it has made one quarter around us, the Earth. So it's in one quarter of its rotation there. So as we travel, so the moon is going to continue its orbit. And as it goes, it's going to come next into the waxing gibbous. Now we are seeing a lot more of the moon. I can look over here to show you a better image. We can see a lot more of it because, as you can see, we are standing here and this is what we're seeing of the moon that's getting reflected by the sunlight. So that's that. And then as it continues its orbit, we're now going to be coming on the full moon area. So as you can see, the sunlight is shining directly on the part of the moon that is visible to us, and that's going to make it a full moon. And that happens usually once a month, every 30 days or so. Occasionally we do have 2 moons in 1 month, but that's rare. So as it's going around, we're going to be coming into the waning gibbous. Still very full because the sunlight is able to reach a lot of the moon to reflect to our viewpoints. So we're still seeing a lot of the moon, but there is a portion of it right over here that is getting darker, almost like the moon's exposure to the sunlight in itself. Its shadow that's getting created is pretty similar. So now we're going to be going to its third quarter as it rounds the end of its orbit. You see it is it's now exactly lit up like the image there. So we have the sunlight affecting this side. We're getting to view it like it would be perpendicular there. So this is the side of the moon that we are seeing. This is the side of the moon that we aren't. And this is called our third quarter moon, and it's going to be coming around to its last phase before its completion, and this is the waning gibbous. So as we move closer and closer, you can see it's getting smaller and smaller because only this part of the moon is getting reflected. So we're only getting to see just a little hair there that's getting shown on. And finally, as it comes to a finish, we're back at the new moon. So the whole entity of the moon is no longer being shown. So we're back there. All right, thank you.